everyone, welcome back with Beano Mac, where today we are continuing our playthrough of Medieval for the original PlayStation 1. For whatever reason, you couldn't tell by the graphics anyway. But now we are on I don't remember what it's called. It's, you know, we're on the docks, we'll just call it that. And I had to do this one quite a few times as well, you know. And it's not because of like any platforming or anything like that. It's just because of the way that the level is structured. As you can see, everything is all like, you know, on these little thin platforms, and you know, that's not too bad. You know, I don't really run off all that often. The issue is that there's enemies you have to kill in order to fill, you know, the chalice. And unfortunately, it seems like if they get hit off into the water a few too many times, these little green goblin-looking guys, they just stop spawning. So, and if you know, you have to be pretty. I think you can only miss like maybe one or two of these guys, and you know, be able to still get the chalice. So definitely, you know, that's kind of why I'm just walking very slowly and making sure that I'm cornering these guys as much as I possibly can. So that way, you know, it's about taking your time on this level. I'm also going to utilize the drumsticks, but that's not until later because there's just some areas where, you know, you can't drag them out to a wide open area like I just did. And the only way to really get them is by, you know, using the drumstick, which also heals us, thankfully. And you gotta let those eyes watch it, so that way these guys spawn. Otherwise, you know, there's no point in, you might as well just restart the level if you killed those eyes before they start to see you. I was hoping there was gonna be another guy there, but it is what it is. I don't really understand why, of all places, this room has like 2 entryways. It's just weird to me. Like, they don't lead anywhere separate, but there's already the end goal right there is where we're supposed to be going to. A little bit of that end goal action there. But I don't know. I think the level, like the gimmick is that those eyes spawn in all the enemies, so they want you to like destroy the eyes before, you know, the enemies spawn in. But obviously if you do that, then you can't get the chalice, which really weird mechanic why they would do that, because obviously you're gonna want that chalice, you know. I got a fever, the only prescription is a chalice and a trip to the Hall of Heroes. Yeah, see, there's nothing really special here. They're not separated, so I don't really understand why there's 2 entryways here. It doesn't really make much sense to me, but we're gonna get into the question of the day here, folks. So, if I could be serious for 1 minute, should Medieval come back? Do you guys think that they should make another Medieval game? You know, a Medieval 3? No more of the remakes or anything like that. Like, it was really... I really like the one for PS4, don't get me wrong. But, I just think that they need to, you know, if they're going to have another game in the series, it's got to be a brand new one. Do you think it could survive? Do you think it'd be like a, they could add a 3rd game in there, but it could also get the Spyro and Crash treatment? Ooh, that was lucky that I got the other guy all the way in the back there too. But. And if you think Medieval should come back, what do you think would be a good story for it? I don't know the exact details of what I would want, but I would want them to go back to this style setting. And maybe they could even do like a what-if game, as if, you know, Sir Dan didn't get taken down with the first arrow, and it's him actually battling Zarok, you know, like an alternate timeline thing, and you have all the other heroes fighting alongside you. I don't think that they were all at the battle. I think it was just you and Canny Tim, maybe. But... who was apparently also, like, I guess in like one of the comics, they just retconned Canny Tim from like just being a dude and just made him a chick for some reason. I don't know, it doesn't really make much sense. I guess they just, the story designer just wanted to change things up or whatever. But yeah, so you don't want these guys to go into the water, because then they might just not come back up. But you also gotta be careful because you only have a finite amount of these drumsticks. You can't get them again. Need them. Ooh. Alright, let's not panic, let's not panic. There we go. As you can see, they still contribute to our channels. But yeah, apparently Canny Tim's just a chick. For whatever reason now. I mean, it didn't really change any of the story in any way, but I think when they did the resurrection, like medieval, you know, for PS4, I think they wanted to make it to where, like, they were hoping it was going to be big enough to get, like, a full series going again. But I don't really know. But, you know, Medieval 3, I think, could work if they kind of returned to this setting. It would have been nice if they had remade the second one as well, you know, with the better graphics and stuff like that for PS4. I just think it was just... as much as I love this game, it's a cult classic, and I just don't see it as something that was as popular as what they were hoping for. You know, I mean, I can't even find any sales numbers on this, and when there's when you can't find sales numbers, that's usually a sign that, like, something did not sell very well at all, unfortunately. But I mean, who knows? Maybe it's just, this was just supposed to be a one and done for PS4. I have no idea. I could not tell you what the plan was, but I think Medieval 3 would have been really cool, you know, or even if it wasn't a what-if story, if, like, you know, Sir Dan surviving the first shot, and, you know, him taking out Zarok in his human form or whatever, or maybe even just dying in some other way, and then just being instantly resurrected and not having to deal with the hero shit. I don't know. But I think, you know, Gallowmere, maybe they could even have, like, something where, you know, you save Mellowmead, or Mellowmaid, or however it's pronounced instead, too, from the Rhinotaurs. Maybe it could be Sir Dan, you know, I don't know, it just... I think Medieval 3 would be a really cool setting as well, if it, went back to Gallowmere. But I don't know, this is where it's at, that's all I'm saying. But what would you guys want to see if Medieval 3 came back? Or if you wanted to see, for whatever reason, like another remake on PS5 or something like that. But I don't know, I think it's just never going to happen because games just cost too much to make nowadays, and it's just a little too corporatized. But I mean, maybe they could make like an indie game of it somehow. You know, I think that'd be pretty cool. Which, I don't know, I wonder who, like, owns, like, the intellectual property of Medieval and stuff like that, because it's not like it gets used too often, so I hope the creator, you know, he could get a hold of the property and, you know, create the games that he wants and stuff like that. I think that'd be really awesome. I'm sure he has an idea of where he would like to take the story. But if they did, I would really like them to expand on the heroes in this game, including Sir Dan. But let's heal before we head in there. We're almost to the chalice, I believe. Hopefully. Yeah, 85. You know, we're running low on the drumsticks, but I'm hoping we do not actually need them from this point forward. So we're gonna kind of swing around real quick just to make sure there's none of those jerk bags patrolling this area still. This magic sword is pretty awesome, not gonna lie. You're gonna see it's a big difference against those freaking shadow demons that we fought earlier. I think it's even better than the broadsword when it's like enchanted and stuff like that too, which is a pretty good boost. Because now we don't have to like enchant the sword anymore. See, now we got nice open areas. Once again, we're taking the safe route. I don't care if we take some damage, you know, we're making sure that I get that goddamn chalice. Because I've tried, this is like my 3rd attempt on this level too. But you know, you live and learn. Hanging on the edge of tomorrow. There's the merchant. Alright. Come on, just give me one more guy. Let's not get silly here. Gotta be careful with that trap. I actually ran into that water one time after seeing the gold. They got me good with that one. Alright, this should be it. This should be it. Come on. Where is he? Come on. What the hell happened? Alright, is this some sort of joke or did the game glitch out? Oh, alright, there they are. How many others? There 3? Whatever, doesn't matter, just take our time. The chalice can now be collected, alright. Yeah. Medieval. You even trying? Just gotta be quick in this area because those guys can violate your asshole very quickly and not in a good way. Alright, now we just have to hit this gate open. And we can go and collect the chalice. Of course, we're gonna take our time. We don't want to make any stupid, idiotic moves. I get it. You guys want to see me risk it all, just for your entertainment. Let's see here. Is this the right? Yeah, this is the right way. Thankfully, I didn't realize it until after my initial playthrough, but thankfully you can hit that switch and you know, it changes the directions of where you know, you can go and stuff like that. And I used to just jump up, and I was an idiot. I used to just jump up and you know, jump from area to area that I needed. I didn't know you could hit the switch. But the Hall of Heroes awaits. Honestly, I could have just went through here. That was just me being a brain dead move by me as usual. But I don't know, it only wasted about a minute, no big deal. Could have swore though, and like when I used to play this, it wasn't just the fish that like fought back and forth that threw you into the water. It was like the ones that spit like the water too that could end up killing you, like just pushing you into the water. But thankfully that is not the case. Alright, just in case. I think that's the beginning of the level, but yeah, this should be the way. This should be the way out, folks. Alright, so that's just about it here, folks. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out next week's episode. But above all else, please remember to have a nice day.
The ancient people of this long-vanished town once sought to harness the power of crystals found in the caverns below. Now Zarok seeks to unlock the secrets of this arcane science. This mine shaft leads deep into the earth, to certain doom in the crystal caverns. Wouldn't this make a wonderful tourist attraction? Come see Sterngard the Mighty! Come and see the last of the centaurs! Oh, and see that dork over there? That's Daniel Fortesque, would-be hero! Ha 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 ha!
Daniel, there you are. I was so worried about you. I know you have the heart of a hero, Daniel. Now we must show the others. Would you like to take my magic lightning bolts? I don't have many, but they're very powerful. Off you pop then, and keep your chin up. Oops, sorry, Daniel. Now take care. The good people of Gallowmere are depending on you.